Uh-oh. Time to scram. I look forward to, to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
To be continued.
It's definitely going to have to be split into separate videos.
Oh, which is why I told you. Ready to see Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Miles Edgeworth.
There he is. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. You better not show any signs of weakness today. They'll be on me in an instant.
Not in that way.
Not in that way.
I swear.
Viewers, get your minds out the car.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here.
Very much shaped like a used condom.
I don't know why.
And the cause of death?
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
Detective, don't mess with your words. The court accepts the statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue.
Now, Detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Oh my god. What did I do? Bang my head against the wall? Hey! Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Huh. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination.
So that's another thing now that's been added. You can now press witnesses, which we could do in the first one, but there was no point in doing it.
Right.
Is there a specific one you want to press? Or should we just press and go along?
Yeah, let's just press and go along. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay. I pressed. Not sure if it did much though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away.
Indeed. So, tell us, who the two people you found on the scene were?
Yes, sir.
Do we need to press this one, do you think?
No.
Alright, we'll skip over. We'll press this one. We don't need to know why we were there.
Why's that? What's your reason?
Okay.
Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her before you had hard evidence that she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say
You did
it.
say it. You said it.
Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence. What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure is in Pink, pal. Why am I detecting like a relationship there?
Nah.
Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Your Honor,
Yes.
may I approach the bench to press Gumshoe on the face?
Granted.
Okay. Boop. That is all, Your Honor.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Yeah, because they're reliable, aren't they? I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm really embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor. Sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Would you like to have a look at the evidence?
Yes, let's.
'Cause we haven't checked in a while.
Right. Hang on a second.
Yes?
Go back to the autopsy report. It says the death was instantaneous.
Which means?
She died instantly.
And in turn...
She didn't write it. So present the evidence. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Frey, wrote this note.
Frey again.
Oh, Frey, Faye, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Mia Frey wrote this note.
That's 2 on the counter.
Yep. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Frey. Not Maya.
Maya Frey. Are you speaking pig Latin?
I don't know. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective.
Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
What? When? It was the day after, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because yeah. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. And allow me to just screenshot that.
What?
A second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Have a quick sip of tea to make sure my throat's nice and relaxed. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
I'm a sham, no. The detective's a sham, I guess. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought...
Detective Gumshoe,
Who?
I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that.
I'm sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? Ah.
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Motherfucker updated the autopsy report on us, motherfucker.
Yep.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn. This isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent?
Absolutely nothing.
She did it.
Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink.
Oh, God. She gives me the ick.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Not mine, Mr. Wright. I'm gay. Tell me, what were you doing on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. God, I now have to be on the stand.
Good luck.
Oh, I'm gonna drink tea first. There we go. Nice little bit of tea. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Wink.
Oh my God.
Trust me, it feels weird doing this voice. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
What? Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with a cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Is there a specific one you want to press? Jin?
Well, she opened the autopsy report, the new one. It said her time of death was... Well, it did say her time of death previously.
It was
Her time
around
of death-
9. It was around 9.
It was 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that time corroborates. But
Do you want to look through the ones first?
yeah.
Don't forget you can press stuff.
A woman with long hair being attacked. One second, it was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Let's press that.
Mousy woman.
Yeah. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right.
Best to question anyway.
Yeah, let's just question it. Hold on a minute. that testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet she saw nothing.
It doesn't matter which one you pick.
Did you really see the defendant at all?
Yeah.
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes. What's the meaning of this? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Frey, I keep saying Frey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing physique.
You chose the correct one instantly, Jaden. Good job.
No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me.
God forbid women have fashion sense, Phoenix. You have spiky hair, what you on about?
Mate, you're built like a 4x4 Lego piece.
What do you mean I'm built like a 4x4 Lego piece?
However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor.
When do you think she had time to change, Your Honor?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Did you find clothes? Did you find clothes at the scene? I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. Promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my reporting not startle you?
I see. Only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Please let this be over so I don't have to keep voicing her.
Yeah, literally. Okay. So she says he saw everything. The victim, the woman, dodged first track and ran off to the right. Girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. She gave a she got the description somewhat right, but it was very shoddy at the same time.
Yeah.
Now let's press it.
Press this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we do that, I want to quickly save it. just to be safe, because you never know.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well,
What?
don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
Must mean that this is the correct one. They'll usually tell you if you've pressed the correct statement. Like, Phoenix will just be like, and then like think back about it a little bit, and then you'll have to most likely present evidence.
So which evidence do you think?
I mean, then we have the wiretap,
Yeah.
and then
Would you mind
What else do
reading
we
the
have?
would you mind reading the last bit of of this description?
made by Larry Butts. Oh,
And another
yeah,
thing,
present it.
how would she know? How would she know it's a clock?
Miss Meg. What you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer.
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Yeah.
Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order, order.
Miss May, can you explain how you know that this was a clock?
Ooh. Eh.
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
The questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Ooh, that was close. If he had stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. It said the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fay and Co.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, I am not. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Well, it couldn't have rung. Or could it have rung?
Why couldn't it have rung?
Because you would have had to have opened it.
Sort of. There's something about the clock, though, isn't there? If you'll recall the conversation.
Oh, it doesn't work! Right! Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's because it's empty. Or that clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look right now.
Oh,
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
it is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
At
Well, Miss May?
Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
We can disprove
Well,
that.
Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Ho ho. Impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is it's the phone conversation.
Yep.
Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. Recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order. The defendant's cell phone wasn't brought to my attention.
Our detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
The good detective better remember his upward evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at our hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to this court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the
Except it's
defense
not
have
at the
any
store.
objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes, I do. The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
It was made by a
It was made by Larry. It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
That's what you think. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale for today?
Phoenix with the back-to-back. He don't miss. Except when he does.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, I think she's losing her mind.
Yep.
What is it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it. And she should die for it. Die!
Why have I heard this before?
Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh. Oh. This is silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did. Wink.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you held it.
No,
Or
she would have
maybe
heard
you-
it. She
no,
would
she
have
heard
heard
about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
The wiretap.
Correctamundo.
Have a look at this.
Oh, is that?
I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is the phone call.
Good.
I present the defendant's cell phone.
You're getting this
Again.
now. Yes, we've seen
Yes.
that.
Oh. Oops. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May. You used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Are you gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong? I came down in a fucking bubble, Doug.
I.
Your Honor,
Oh,
this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer.
Is that meant to be an insult, or...?
It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that.
My God.
So I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
I cannot cry.
I say, yo, you're crying. Oh. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now.
Cry baby, bitch.
Now to deal with the final blow, didn't you? You did it, didn't you?
That's what you say? Alright.
Yeah. Miss May.
What is it to you, you little shrimp? Talk to me in that tone of voice, will you?
I'll be a shrimp compared to you. You killed her, didn't you?
That's a bit extreme. Order. There will be order.
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping. Oops.
So you admit you tapped her phone?
But wait, I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl.
Really? Can you prove it? No way she can prove it.
You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer. But I can prove it, and I will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened at around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder.
No, they're just gonna let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. What do I do in this case?
Do you think it's more beneficial to ask Miss May to continue the cross-examination, or do you think it would be better to call a different witness?
Well, the simple matter is, we call the bellboy. The bellboy can confirm or deny whether she was ordering room service there or not.
So do you want to do that then?
I guess so. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
What? Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Mission?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I'm toying with something that I probably shouldn't toy with.
What, giving up?
No, accept it. There's got to be something. All right, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I've thrown this haven't I?
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. He had to bring the
Yes,
tea
sir.
set with him.
I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself.
I see. Defense may begin his cross-examination.
Crap. Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, I will be finished. Oh, crap.
It might be best to get some more information if we can.
Yes.
So we'll just keep pressing.
What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why? Anything required of me, sir? I check in guests, I check out guests. I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim?
Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely. God damn it. I'm sorry. I got too used to reading it in my head. I just blurted it out.
Absolutely, sir.
Sorry, I have a sore throat.
Yeah.
Allow me to have some of this tea.
How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes? What then? What are these them you're talking about?
Yeah, as if we all don't know. Right, okay. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought to her then, but that doesn't prove anything. Oh, Bellboy, teehee. I'd like, iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? You are so sure that it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir.
Embracer.
Oh, embracer. Oops. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. What? Why would she have done that? I believe, perhaps, she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanour, sir.
Or to leave an impression on you.
It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it?
Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
Can't let this happen, can I? I can't give up.
Then we protest.
What? Wait! Please, wait.
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honour, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all.
This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Oh my god, no. Oh, I can't get this wrong. Oh, what do I do? I don't know. Hang on a second.
What?
Hear me out.
Right?
She died at 9 p.m., right?
Yes.
According to the autopsy report.
Correct.
If the bellboy had delivered the room service at 9 p.m. sharp, he would have been there at the window when she spotted the murder.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, he would have most likely been at the door, but not entered the room. Do you still want to go with room service anyway?
Okay, but if I choose the wrong one, I lose.
I mean,
right?
Another possibility that arises, she went to get it at 9 on the dot. She couldn't have seen it if she was there to grab the drinks off of him.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. tell me again about room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes. I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good
Barrister
there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it, if it wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Doof. You fool.
I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. Your Honor. We have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It's gotta be the man with Miss May, no?
Yep.
The man who checked in with Miss May.
Oof.
Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like to say it. I suppose you'd like if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oof. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for the trial of Maya Fay. I don't know why I said miss. Court is adjourned. By the way, Jaden, it wouldn't have mattered which one you chose. I just wanted to see what your reasoning would have been.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Either way, it would have revealed that someone else was in Miss May's room.
In the room. My reasoning was good, though.
Your reasoning was very good. Obviously, another thing you could have easily thought of was the fact that there were two glasses at Miss May's room.
That came into my head one point, but I originally thought it might have been the bellboy. The bellboy might have
Yeah.
for a drink.
Mr. Wright, you are amazing in there.
But really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Lovely. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well. No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway. This case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I think we can probably finish this case entirely and save the other cases for a different date.
Yeah.
We have been going for about 3 hours, though, I will say.
I know, my butt's starting to feel it.
It's alright. Did you read this one?
Yeah, I did.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for the full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that has been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do to me at all for now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free.
Yeah. Trial day
Dun, dun,
1.
dun.